Make sure you go to ashkicking.com and check out the special edition DBN Senate candle for the Ward-Kovalev rematch.
Hi, I'm Brianna, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, I really hate when things like this happen in the sport of boxing. It's very reminiscent of a fight I remember a long time ago on Friday Night Fights. And I'm not sure if I remember the names, but I think it was Grant versus Butler. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was Grant versus Butler. If I'm not mistaken, Butler was a power puncher. He was a power puncher, he was a knockout artist, and he was going against this guy named Grant. Grant had red hair. It was a brother with dyed red hair, and he was out boxing the shit out of Butler. He wanted to fight easy. Butler couldn't land a punch on this guy, right? So at the end of the fight, Butler was extremely frustrated because he lost so decisively. Grant walked over to Butler to give him a hug, and as he reached out for the hug, Butler must have hit this man with one of the most vicious sucker punches I've ever seen in my life. He damn near knocked all his teeth out, had the dude's mouth full of blood. You know, this guy who just wanted to fight is on the ground. And it was so scandalous the way Butler did this that the cops jumped in the ring and arrested him right on camera right after he did it. This was on Friday Night Fights. And I remember you could hear Teddy Atlas. It wasn't Teddy Atlas. I don't think it was Joe Tessitore, but it was one of the blow-by-blow announcers. And you could just hear him yelling like, this man needs to be arrested. This man needs to be arrested right now. And that is exactly what they did. They arrested that man, and he ended up going to jail that same night. And unfortunately, this same guy later on ended up going to prison for murdering Max Kellerman's brother. That's right. This guy, he used to be Max Kellerman's roommate. And he ended up murdering Max Kellerman's brother, and he ended up going to prison. It's a sad story, man. Real sad story. So I bring all that up to say what happened tonight, unfortunately, was very reminiscent of the Butler-Grant situation. Andre Dirrell, who won by DQ, he had already got an apology from Uzcategui, or however you say his name. And that's what makes it even more unfortunate. You know, they had both embraced each other. They had both apologized. And then Andre Dirrell's trainer, he walks over to this man in a calm fashion, as if he wasn't going to do anything. And then out of nowhere, he sucker punches this guy with a straight two-piece. As you guys see in these pictures right here, he caught him flush with a vicious left hook, and then came back and hit him with a straight right that landed in his throat. And it was just so unfortunate because it was so uncalled for. Once again, they had both, you know, the team had already apologized to Andre Dirrell. There was no reason for Dirrell's trainer to do this. I know emotions run deep and all that kind of stuff, but you got to control yourself, man. You got to control yourself when you're at this level. You know how stuff like this will be perceived. And now the authorities are out looking for this man so they can arrest him. So now Dirrell's trainer is going to go to jail, and he's going to most likely be suspended from boxing for quite some time. It wasn't worth it, man. It wasn't worth it. Dirrell already got the win. He already got the win. He already got the apology from the guy who did this to him. That should have been the end of it. But unfortunately, that's not the way it went down. So we'll see what happens in the future with this whole situation. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey. Yeah.